With the NBA draft taking place on Wednesday night, not every franchise and their fans left happy. There was many teams that lost, and in today's video, I will be naming all the losers from the 2020 NBA draft. Drop a like to help my channel grow and show support. Subscribe to the channel to help me reach my goal of 500 subscribers before the end of 2020, and comment on this video to start a conversation with me. Play that intro. The first loser of the draft is the Chicago Bulls, who had the fourth pick in the draft and surprised absolutely everyone, with them selecting Patrick Williams, a 6'8" forward from Georgia, with the fourth pick. If you go back and look at some of the past mock drafts, most didn't even have him going top 10, and I saw a few mock drafts with him not even going in the lottery. He wasn't even on my radar at all, and somehow he got selected over prospects like Okongwu, Denny, and many others. He is for sure the biggest surprise of the draft. The Bulls are taking a huge risk taking him. I believe their mindset was that they didn't believe any of the other prospects outside of the top 3 had star potential, so they went with Patrick, whose skills and intangibles can help him be a star. Patrick is a 6'8", 225-pound forward who has a wingspan that is nearly 7 feet. He has the physical attributes to be great on defense and be very versatile. He is a solid spot-up shooter, and he hit 84% of his free throws, so there is potential for him to improve his shot. Patrick is a boom or bust type prospect, which you can't blame the Bulls for drafting, but the fact that he wasn't supposed to be top 10 and you chose him with the 4th pick has to be an L, because they could have moved back in the draft and selected him later, and they would have had more assets with the move. And I also in general just don't think Patrick will be a top 5 player from this draft, and I think he could maybe be a Jeremy Grant type of player, but I don't think that warrants the 4th pick, and I don't see him being an all-star, so this is just a straight up L for the Bulls. Although I think the Golden State Warriors made a good decision drafting James Wiseman with the number 2 pick, due to James being a center, and a center is what the Warriors need. But the reason they're a loser is because during the draft, it was announced Klay Thompson is out for the season with a torn ACL. This nearly erases any chance of them winning the championship, and they just recently traded for Kelly Oubre, and I still think they can be a really good team, maybe even a top 5 team in the West. But I don't know if they stand a chance against the 2 LA teams, because they wouldn't have a second all-star player alongside Steph. They're not a bad team at all, and I don't think they will be an easy team to face, but I don't think they're a legit team that could win the ring without Klay. Golden State went from contenders to just a solid team overnight, and no matter what, that is an L. My third loser in the 2020 NBA draft isn't even a team or franchise, it's a player, and that player is Obi Toppin. You might be wondering why Obi is a loser. The reason for that is because he got drafted by the Knicks. Everyone knows getting drafted by them is never good for a prospect. They have ruined many prospects who could have potentially been better on other franchises, such as Frank Ntilikina, Dennis Smith Jr., Kevin Knox, and others. There's a real chance Obi won't reach his full potential on the Knicks, and even if he does reach his full potential and maybe even turns into a star, New York has no direction and they lack a lot of young players with potential, so I doubt they will even make the playoffs for a long time. No matter who the Knicks select, I will consider it an L, because the Knicks would probably stop them from reaching their full potential. Although so far this offseason, the Phoenix Suns have been one of the biggest winners, in my opinion they have been the biggest winners of the whole offseason, with their additions of Chris Paul and others. But in the draft, they really took an L, with them selecting Jalen Smith when there was way better prospects. The Suns could have gotten a guard like Tyrese Halliburton, who has way more potential, or taken a swing on Cole Anthony. But instead they got Jalen, who with no disrespect, shouldn't have been drafted anywhere near the top 10. Most mock drafts had him going in the late first round, and if Phoenix wanted him that bad, they could have traded down and gotten more assets. Jalen is a stretch 5 who can protect the rim and has decent ball handling abilities. Don't get it twisted, I'm not giving the Suns an L because they drafted Jalen Smith. I'm giving them an L because they could have traded down and drafted Jalen later while getting more assets. I think Jalen Smith is one of the more underrated prospects. Anyways guys, that's it for the video. Please like the video to show support, subscribe to help me reach 500 subscribers before the end of 2020, and comment on this video to start a conversation with me. And check these 2 videos up above if you like this one, and I'm out.